Hello, I'm Steve Hermitage, and in this video we're going to look at some very simple tabletop photography. Now I've got some little people that are used in model railway building. My wife bought me those for Christmas, and I've set one of them up on this shredded tissue paper just over here, and I'm lighting the subject using this 500 watt photo flood light bulb. Now you could just use a very simple desk lamp for this type of photography, it would work just as well. I've got my camera set up here, and I've got a 105mm macro lens and an ISO 400, and if I take the first image, here we go, this is at 1/2500th of a second at f2.8, just go in and take that image, you'll see unfortunately the image has a really horrible orange colour cast. Now different types of lighting can lead to different colour casts. The camera is set up on auto white balance at the moment, and I want to correct that colour cast. So the way I'm going to do that is using the custom white balance feature, and what I'm going to do is flip the focus on the camera, on the lens, over to manual focus and just take an image of this white background, and you can see I've got that horrible orange colour cast, but I can use that image if I go into the camera settings here. If I change white balance now to custom white balance, and then I use that image I've just taken, if I take now another image, there we go, the orange colour cast has gone, and the camera now knows that it now knows the if you like, the cast that's created from the lighting conditions here, and I now get a nice white image. So if I put the camera back onto the tripod, take another image of the little lady there, just need to flip back to autofocus, take another image of the lady, there we go, I now don't have that colour cast. So that's tip number one for macro tabletop photography. Make sure you sort out the white balance settings. Now the next one is actually in the lighting. When I take that shot, I've actually got a bit of a shadow over this side, and this is the same with any photography, to make sure you're looking at the light, looking where the shadows fall, and I can just use this little reflector. If I bring that into the shot now, I can just light up the other side of the little lady's face and take another image, there we go. That's beginning to look much better, and the third tip that I have is to just vary the aperture, and again in macro photography that has a real dramatic effect on the depth of field. So the wider the aperture, the shallower the depth of field. As I decrease the size of the aperture, I'm going to get an increased depth of field. So let's take a few more images. This one's at f2.8. in fact you've just seen that image. Let's now go down, take one at f4.5, focus in, there we go. Go down, take another one at f9, that's at 1/320th of a second. And if I go down all the way to f16 there, you can see that I've got a really quite good depth of field, and now what I need to do is to select the image I like the best as my final image. So there we go, some tips for creative macro tabletop photography. The first one, sort out the white balance. Second one, think about the lighting and don't be afraid to use a reflector. And then the third one, choose different apertures for the various depths of field. So good luck with your creative tabletop photography.